This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV. Welcome to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Tonight, a new chapter in sim racing begins. For weeks, drivers have signed up, teams have formed, rivalries have developed, and expectations have continued to grow. Now, all of that preparation leads to this moment. The inaugural season of the Summit GT Racing Series officially gets underway tonight at the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway. As broadcasters, we have the privilege of watching history unfold. Every championship has a beginning. Every series has its first green flag. Every champion has a moment where their journey starts. Tonight is that moment. A field packed with talent will take the track representing 11 different manufacturers, some of the strongest teams and independent drivers in the community. Some arrive carrying the weight of expectations, others arrive looking to establish themselves as contenders. Many simply want to prove that they belong. When the green flag waves, every driver starts with the same opportunity and the same goal. Leave Indianapolis with momentum and begin the march towards a championship. There will be triumph. There will be heartbreak. There will be stories that nobody even sees coming. And by the end of the night, one driver will forever hold the distinction of becoming the first winner in Summit GT Racing Series history. So buckle up, settle in, and get ready for what promises to be an incredible season opener. From all of us at Frozen Apex TV, welcome to Season 1 of the Summit GT Racing Series. The wait is finally over. I am your host, Fred Truax, and with me in the booth is our co-host, Kester Grant, who simply goes by Metal. How is everybody doing this evening? Metal, how are you doing this evening?
Well, I can tell you, I am doing fantastic. Ready to be out here. IMS calling this race here with you in the booth. It is nice to finally be a part of a league. I'm happy that Summit GT has decided to allow me to broadcast this with you, and I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited for a fun race here. IMS Road in good old Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah, and we just wrapped up practice. We saw a lot of fast cars. We actually saw some pretty funny wrecks. And I'm just thinking a grid of around 30 cars. How many? What's the over-under of how many cars are going to be eliminated from this race in the first turn?
Well, I'm going to have to say at least one.
At least one.
$1, Bob. $1. There's a lot of competition here. There's a lot of excellent driving. During practice, was able to watch several of our drivers out here, and they are close. I mean, we were talking about like the top 15 were 0.6 of a second off of each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be intense, right? You got guys who are going to push these things hard, and what the dangerous of this road is it always comes down to turn one. It's always turn one.
Yeah, and one thing that I think we might be, I don't want to say overlooking, but not looking directly at is just nerves, right? You're in a brand new league. It is the first race of the first league, and you want to go out and you want to prove that you're a part of the league, right? You want to go out there, you want to say, hey, I belong here. So you're nervous. You have that nerves that you want to perform. You might know that you're not going to go out and win, but you want to at least show up, have fun, and compete with all of these other, great drivers that we have. But when you're sitting on that starting grid and you're looking at how am I going to go about this, if you're sitting in that, mid-pack area, you have to, keep your eyes in your mirror so you're not getting yourself in trouble, and keep your eyes on your nose so you're not getting yourself and others in trouble. And
it really is it, right? Like, it's peer pressure. It's peer pressure, and it's a lot of self-reflection, because you make it to this league, you're in, it's a several $100,000 car, and so you're sitting here, you have a lot of power underneath you, and you're just going to be concerned. You're out in front. What you're worried about is maintaining your line and trying to keep yourself alive, and not to worry about too much from behind you. When you're at the back of the pack, all you're focused about is you're going to push yourself harder and harder and harder. You're going to take corners. You're going to be more risky. And when you're in the middle, all you're hoping for is to survive, because in the mid pack, when that green flag drops, all it's about is, like, you got two ways of thinking this. One, I go on the outside and just let everyone else wreck in front of me. Or two, I'm going to be the one that's going to go in there and try to escape from this race. So there's a lot of pressure that's on this with these drivers, is when you're sitting in there, you're just like, I want to do well. It's the first race. It's the first time I've got people watching me, and sometimes it takes a lot from their crew chiefs to explain to them to calm them down, keep them sane, like, hey, don't push it too hard. Let them make mistakes. Drive your own line, right? It is a common phrase a lot of crew chiefs will tell their drivers is, worry about your line, only hold your line. So the first couple of laps are definitely going to establish who is going to be able to make this not much of an endurance race, but it's still pretty long. Hour in IMS, you're talking about nearly 250, 300 miles. If you're maintaining 60 miles an hour, and these cars are going way faster than that, right?
Right.
So,
right, and going back to what you said about maintaining a line, is for the lesser experienced drivers that might be on the grid, is one thing that often gets a little bit overlooked is maintaining your line and you being predictable. That level of predictability at cars that are possibly trying to pass you is at least showing that you're able to hit your marks and maintain, your apexes and your corner entries, your braking points, and all of that. And that allows the car that's trying to overtake, it gives him a sense of confidence that in the straightaway, when I'm going to try to pass you, I know you're not going to make a very erratic move. It kind of soothes the nerves, if you will, and that will often prevent some sort of, dive bomb or possibly even a wreck.
Yep, that's looking to see, like, someone just lost their front bumper here in qualifying.
Yeah, it looks
you can already see it's already intense. Austin Wright, unfortunately, got in the back of the other driver and lost his front end, which is not something you want to see happen here while you're qualifying. Very limited time to try and get good track position.
Right.
And this is just one of those things where you're like, I'm holding myself, but it's sometimes that person in front of you makes a wrong mistake, and then you got to think to yourself, in a split second, what can I do to avoid this, right? Sometimes there's nothing you can do except for hold your belts tight, because it's going to be rough.
Absolutely. And one thing I wanted to note is we do have a few drivers that are not from the United States. Now, most of our grid is from the United States, but here's a driver from England, Les Monday. He is from England, and we do have another driver, Harvey Horspool. He is from the United Kingdom. So it is cool that we can, I guess, consider it an international league, if you will. So very cool to have guys from across the pond joining us, even though it is, let's see, they're 5 hours ahead of Eastern time, so they're about 1 a.m.
Yeah, it's a little after dark for them.
Yeah, so they're up late at night just to have fun with us. A lot of names, some in which we are familiar with, just working with other racing leagues, and others that are new to us. So, should be pretty fun, I expect, tonight. We've got, looks like a couple more minutes. We got 10 minutes total of qualifying, so about 3.5 minutes left here. And we're focusing on Devin McIntosh right now, who I'm noticing is the only Aston Martin on the grid.
That you're right, so we got one Aston Martin out there. We got 4 Corvettes hanging out. We've got 3 Ferraris. Looks like we've got a good handful of Mercedes. Let's see here, looking at 7. Looks like there's 7 Mercedes out on the track. We've got 4 Fords out there. We've got, looks like 2 Audis. And we have 3 Porsches. So definitely... Oh, and also we can't forget, if we forget, they'll get upset. We have 1 BMW out there as well. So, definitely got a mix of manufacturers out here. Lots of horsepower sitting down on the ground. Each of these cars are specialized to allow maximum downforce while trying to maintain. And some of these manufacturers have a little bit more advantages over others, right? You look at the smaller cars, right? You look at the Porsches. Lower center of gravity, very good in the turns. They just don't really quite have that horsepower for that top speed line, And then you've got the speed monsters. You got the Vets. You got the Ferraris. You got the Lamborghinis that are just absolutely dominant at top speed, And then you've got some of the others. You got Fords, right? Fords are very heavy fronts. They're very good at diving, maintaining momentum through the corners. You got Mercedes, another one, heavy front car, very good. Maintaining momentum, diving in. And so it's going to be interesting to see each of these manufacturers have a special pro. A lot of them have cons. And so
I can tell you
1 hour to figure it all out.
One thing that the BMWs are known to not have is turn signals.
That is correct. Yes, it is. It's actually very interesting. They don't have turn signals, but man, do they have their brights.
Yes.
They will flash. It doesn't even matter if there's no one in front of them. They'll flash their lights anyways.
High beams and no turn signals is stock. You're going to find it at the top level like GT3 here, all the way down to your consumer grade cars. It's just what makes BMW.
That's right. BMW better move wide because I'm not using my turn signals.
Yes. So it looks like currently top of the grid is James Pierce, who just went back to his pit there. Running
decided he didn't want to finish it out.
124.
Very impressive. Very impressive. So far as it's looking up. James Pierce looks like he might be holding on to his pole position here, but we still got a couple of seconds left. Someone could slide it in and take that pole position. Luke Moselle forgets where pit entrance is, cuts across the grass to get down into pit lane. He should be scoring as P2. Moving on, P3, it looked like we're going to have Devin McIntosh, who's already just chilling out in the pit road. Fourth, got Nolan Gross. NJG hanging out. And there is the flag. They will be allowed to finish their laps here. It's still anyone's game. And which we can see Ty Smith slides up into P2 at the last second.
Ty Smith grabbing one right on the cusp. Only half a second off of the lead there.
Will definitely make very interesting as we're getting ready to grid them out. As they come down, finishing off their cool down lap.
Yep.
Get them all grid up right behind that pace car and get ready for a rolling start. And
a little bit of extracurricular.
Josh Howard just giving them a little high five,
Yep.
Just like, good racing out there, bud. Good racing.
Yep. Garrett Hummel finishing his lap in the Porsche. Now, how is everyone in chat doing? I see we got a lot of viewership tonight. This is great. Nice to see y'all. Let's Where's everyone where you guys tuning in from? Who you guys wanting to win? Who you guys think is going to be winning? Got a whole whole mess of folks showing up. A lot of fast cars, a lot of cool looking paint schemes. Who are you guys watching? The local track says everyone's got a favorite driver out there. If you don't, find a car that looks cool and like him. Carl Cantonis. He is going to tow, and we are going to get ready to grid.
There it is. The results are in, and we are getting ready to fire it off here as they make their way out onto the road for their rolling start. And everyone's going to be gridding it out. We're going to go ahead and wait for them to finish up, and we'll give you a little bit of flyby as we're calling them out. As everyone's pulling it from the pits out onto the road, get ready to do 1 hour at the race. You can see the grid is nearly filled out.
Yep. I think we'll just start them at tail. That way we know we got enough time to call all 27 drivers. Metal, would you like the honors?
That I will. I will call them out as soon as we got 4 more. Oh, no. A little more than 4. Got 6 left to grid. All right, looks like they're going to be gridding out here. Several people are going to be starting from pit lane, so calling them off. Starting off in 27th position is going to be Brett Harlan, and then you got Bradley Hill moving up into P26. Moving on up, we got P25. You got Justin, I believe it's Zia Mickey. And then moving on up, you got Austin Wright on the outside in that AMG. You got Les Munden with that Ferrari. And up into P22, you got Ty Corrido with William Cheney, both in the vets. Moving on up into P20, you got D. Barron in the Mercedes with Harvey Horspool in the Ford Mustang. Moving on up, we got Dean Barron on the outside with Trevor Wilson to the inside. You got Devin Price and Kyle Gabbard. You got Dwayne Young in that Audi. You got Brake Mozell in that Lambo. Moving on up, you got Robbie Brogan on the outside in the Ferrari. And then looks like got Garrett Hemlin hanging out the 11. You got Carl Cantonis, the second in the Audi. Moving on up, you have Dave McCullen in that Ford GT. And then moving up on up row 4, like we said, Carl Cantonis, the second on the inside with the Audi. You got Josh Howard on the outside in the Porsche. Moving up into row 4, Brian Richardson on the outside in the Mercedes with the Nyland, I believe it's Cross or Gross. We will figure this out. And JG on the outside with the Corvette. Moving up, row. And you got Shane Har and Luke Bunzel. Moving up, you got Devin McIntosh in your front row runners. James Pierce on the outside in the Ferrari with Ty Smith on the outside. You know what? It's on the outside of James Pierce, but hanging out in that Mercedes as we get ready to come rolling around here. James Price, Ty Smith, turn number 1. This is where all the drama begins.
Yeah, for sure. We have one hell of a lineup tonight. We're going to have 1 hour to determine a winner. We have a lot of fast cars, a lot of cool looking cars. And going to be some serious excitement. As we are watching these guys try to get a little bit of heat in these tires, trying to feel out the people around them. Hopefully everyone's in some sort of positive spirit here. And I think for everyone's budgeting reasons, we hope that there's no issue into turn number 1. But for broadcast reasons, we hope that there's an issue in turn number 1.
Yes, yes. As broadcasters and fans, of course we want something in turn 1. Race driving, when you're behind the wheel, you absolutely don't want it.
I just hope that it's not the guy that you're rooting for that is in turn number 1 issue, but I can just see it happening. I think everyone is gung-ho. All these new cars, all these fresh paints, brand new league, brand new series.
Pace car pulls it into the pit lane. We're getting ready to go live.
And for the first time in Summit GT Racing Series history, the lights are turning out. Cars are winding up. Barney's got the flag.
Barney about ready to flag.
We are green, green, green at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Already got the driver on the outside into the wall. As they start to fan it, 3, 4 wide, coming up to treacherous turn 1.
Pierce trying to determine his line that he wants to take.
And we got a little bit of contact.
And it looks like they all made it through. Oh, one goes around. I believe that was Shane Haar. Shane Haar getting shoehorned out of the way.
That it was. Shane coming up on turn 7 as they all laying it out. Shane Haar gonna start it from the rear.
You see James Pierce with a commanding lead already this early. I believe that's Blake Bozell in that Lamborghini. He looked like he was going to go on that real low corner entry.
Went out onto the main straight. Immediately have to dive it back infield. James Pierce maintaining his lead. As they're coming around turn 13's going up into turn 14 before they hit the straightaway. James Pierce out in front, and there you have it. 1 lap down. IMS.
First lap is led by none other than James Pierce, who has this Ferrari running on a rail, the 212 racing machine. Absolutely beautiful car, I must say.
Garrett Himmel did go off track for a little bit, does come back on. Off track for 5 seconds.
Alrighty.
Looks like we got 2 cars that are not able to come out of the pit road. Brady Hill and Brett Harlan.
Bradley Hill, Brett Harlan, DNS at the moment. I don't know if they'll be able to fire at some point tonight, but they'll be at least a lap and a half down when they do.
I can just imagine the stir in the garage right now as they're scrambling to find out why these cars won't start.
Yes.
Start.
Now, few drivers that I know are usually pretty quick everywhere they go. We're going to start out here with the 6th place driver, Josh Howard. Ooh, with actually some contact, and he's going around.
Get to the side.
Not what we were trying to see here.
There you have it. That's your best driver in this league, Josh Howard, showing everyone why he needs to be wide.
Well,
Unfortunate. He took it just a little bit too hard. He wanted to make that pass, and he just could not make it stick.
Yes.
And he's going to drop down 7 positions.
Usually, Josh Howard is one of our front runners, and I just know that he will recoup from that little hiccup. It could be, just the...
We see that Mustang diving down deep.
Yes, which is
trying
actually...
to make it stick.
Another driver I wanted to mention is that Mustang, which is Harvey Horspool, one of our UK drivers joining us tonight. He's a pretty dominant force And a terrific guy to learn from. Both him and Josh Howard. Great guys, great teachers. And on a personal note, I ran the 24 hours with them and David McCulloch with Brandon Burgess. So, great guys. Both are out of this world fast in a GT car. Excited to see them grow with this league. And hopefully keep their noses clean and start working their way up forward. Another driver.
A lot of race left behind.
Oh, absolutely. Another driver we saw was hauling pretty good in a couple of the practice races is up here is Devin McIntosh. He drives this car pretty dang well. He's currently in 9th. Looks like he lost a little bit. He's down 5 spots, but I'm sure he'll find a way to make that up.
And the majority of this, right, is just trying to keep that line. That's what I keep talking about. Maintaining and driving your own line. Because what it comes down to is your pit strategy, right? If you can keep it clean, you can keep it nice and going and smooth, it's going to come down to your pit crew.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you can see, he's trying to defend himself from that Lamborghini. That Lamborghini is trying to get around him, trying every which way. And Devin is just not allowing Kyle to find his way around. Tony Carino! Ty Carino has crashed.
Ooh, that is not good. Let's take a look here. Let's go back on a replay and see what may have happened. Ty Carino here in the 62 Corvette. Not sure what may have happened.
Looks like he's holding it good. Trying to get it through. Goes a little wide. Heavy on the brakes there. And he just loses it.
In the
spins
turn.
it out.
Good
job of recovering, keeping it up there. But just so you know, Justin Zemecki. Is it Zemecki or Zemecki?
I think it's Justin Zemecki.
Zemecki. Okay, so Justin Zemecki also had crashed.
Let's take a look at that one here. Possibly just carrying a little too much speed into the first turn, possibly.
Gets through, gets a little loose. That's exactly what it was.
Lost it around the backside there.
Yeah. Gotta be worried about carrying that momentum. Trying to keep that rear end nice and tight, keep it glued to the ground is going to be difficult. Jake Pierce with a hell of a lead out there, 4 seconds. James Pierce showing everyone how to run in here. That Ferrari is just going on all of its cylinders.
Yeah, this Ferrari...
Good work with James Pierce.
Tuned up, absolutely perfect. Driver hitting all of his marks, doing a fantastic job here. I feel like I'd probably get stabbed or kicked in the shin at minimum if we didn't talk about the league owner.
Well, you know, he does sign our paycheck, so we'll give him the 2 seconds. This is the league owner, Dave McCulloch.
And on to the next
James Pierce. Austin Wright. Austin Wright has crashed.
Oh, no, not Austin. Let's take a look and see what might have happened. I see there was some off tracks, on tracks, off tracks, on tracks, and see what happened in the
Pass is coming up along that side. Is he going to have a braking issue? Looks like he's coming in pretty hot. Get down on the brakes. Not braking enough.
Oh, and just
he
locked
ends
it up.
Just
sliding off the back. I'm seeing also that now Harvey may have crashed. Let's take a look at this. This is a rare occurrence for our driver from the UK.
An interest gets a lot of dirt. Yep.
Got it on the curb. You can just see.
That grass is glass.
Yep.
You got to be very careful when you come around corners.
Yep, he hit that curb, and that upset that car, and around she went.
Yeah, you know, like the thing is that like a lot of people are going to try and find ways to cut corners. They're going to try and find any way to shave at least a second off of it, and it's always encouraged. Like, do whatever you can to get your time down as best as you can. But the thing you got to be worried about is that if you take it too much, you could lose her. She'll swing around, and then you can't control her. I mean, you look at James Pierce right now. James Pierce, he's found the line. He is averaging 124, about 124 and a half second on his laps, and he is maintaining So he's having lap after lap after lap of consistent times, and that's why he's 5 seconds out in the lead. He has found the line, and can he keep the endurance up?
And this brings up another point that I want to make is people that kind of laugh and joke about how racing, it's not a quote-unquote sport, which I sternly disagree with. But like many other sports, and that James is finding right now, is consistency. And consistency will not only win you races, but it'll win you championships. So he is consistently hitting his marks as fast as he can, and that is why he has almost a 6-second lead on second place. Because he has this car dialed in, it's very fast, and he is consistently hitting the same mark over and over and over, and that is allowing him to put that gap on Ty Smith in second, Nolan Gross in third, and so on and so forth. Is consistency, and we're going to be mentioning this through this entire season, is consistency will win you championships. And if James Pierce obviously has Indianapolis Motor Speedway pretty well figured out, but if he figures this out, figures out the next race, so on and so forth, that consistency will keep him super high in the points and give him the absolute best shot at winning a championship when, we're at the end of the year.
That's right. You couldn't have said it even more.
But
more gooder? Both best?
Much gooder. Let's just say much gooder.
Much gooder, yeah. Much gooder.
But
absolutely.
Let's go back to David, and let's be a little more serious this time. He is an amazing driver, turning lefts, turning rights. I have learned a lot from him, and he reached out to us about broadcasting this. He saw our work in some other leagues, and I've helped him a lot with, designing the cars, helping kind of set up the league, coming up with some ideas, kind of just what would you call me, a pinboard to throw ideas at, and, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea, and it's super cool that something that a few months ago with him and I, like, man, we just want to run the Daytona 24, and wow, we kind of like these cars. Maybe we'll keep racing these in iRacing, to now he's developed a league, he runs a league, he races in the league, he's currently 6th on the grid, keeping that forward momentum going. He's up 4 spots from where he started, and not only does he own the place, I think that he's going to be a contender all season, because this style of racing is right up his alley, and every time I'm in a Discord call and happen to watch him race, he's usually either throwing the car up into the fence and eliminating some fans, or finishing usually podium. So, currently running 6. We're going to keep our eye on him, and he is hopefully on his way forward.
That is correct. It's one thing to have a league and be the admin and run the league. It takes a whole nother type of skills to actually race in that league as well.
Yeah.
Anyone can take this cash cow. Anyone can just sit there and just sit back, collect the money, and watch everyone else. But there's like a lot of people. You lose the thrill of the game. You thrill the chase, right? The love of driving cars. And so it's nice to see an owner of the league who's actually like, I want to race with the boys. I don't want to just sit back. I want to show them that, like, I know what I'm talking about. So that way, when he makes decisions, changes rules, changes, and decides who to let in and who not, and who to let go. Like, this is an actual race car. Like, he actually drives with it. He knows how someone should be.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to see when you see an owner actually racing along with the boys.
Yeah. It adds more dynamic, and he's able to see the product on the track as well, as if being the owner, the rule enforcer, if you will. If he sees guys being difficult or challenging on the track, he can challenge them. He can call them out, have a meeting with them, discuss if there's any problems that come up. He sees that firsthand, being right on the track, instead of someone sitting up in the tower and just scheduling events and then sitting back and watching and hoping that it all pans out. So it is great to see the owner on the track with the guys, trading paint, bumping bumpers with them, and out there competing for a win, which is it's always great to see. Moving
back up front here, Nolan Gross.
currently
maintain 2 positions up higher, doing pretty well. Throwing that he's throwing that Corvette around, as if it's an economy car. Your daily driver, man. He is tossing and throwing that car, finding the limits. Good shot of having a podium.
Yeah, he's currently in that podium spot, sitting in third right now in that Paul Davis Corvette. Looks to be running pretty well. Sharp-looking car, obviously fast car. You don't get to sit in the podium spot if you don't have a fast car.
It's kind of a requirement.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have a slow car, you're not going to be sitting up front.
Yeah, no. They don't want you sitting up front.
Right.
A lot of problems happen when you have slower drivers out there. Carl Cantonis, excuse me. Carl Cantonis making a pass.
Getting around.
Breaking late to try and hold that door. Can he hold it? He does. He sticks it. And he's able to secure that position. He is now P6. Didn't pull it right behind that Ford. Not going to let this go in unanswered. Can he keep up? Can he catch that Audi? Gonna say the Audi might have it. On other news, talking about good recoveries, Josh Howard. Josh Howard has been making his way back up. He slid up another position. He did fall all the way down to P15. He's now back up to P14. And he is on the heels of Dawson Price and Robbie Brogan. Excuse me. And so he's not out of this yet. And he did have a little bit of a mess up. Hopefully he learned from it. And looks like he's progressing well.
Yeah, the big thing of that is it looked like there wasn't much damage on the car. So he has that in his favor. He's a good enough driver, too, as long as the car is healthy, to slowly pick apart drivers, learn their lines, and learn where they are possibly not hitting their marks. Just from past experience, I know that Josh is an extremely consistent driver. He's very methodical with how he goes about it, and he's usually pretty smart on when he wants to make a pass, when he wants to try to overtake cars. And he's usually, not directly in a rush, and he doesn't seem to be a driver that gets, flustered or, mentally spins out when something negative happens, like that wreck that we had saw earlier. Is he's usually pretty calm demeanored, pretty cool, and is able to, use that to his advantage. And instead of freaking out, maybe getting super mad about the situation, he's able to recover from that and, flip to plan B is how am I going to get these spots back instead of how am I going to get to the front right now? How am I going to get these spots that I lost back?
Up front was just what just happened. James Pierce was dealing with his first lap car, and the pressure was too much, and Austin Wright could not hold it in. Austin Wright did wreck out.
Oh, no.
I believe what ended up happening was that he was just trying to be courtesy, get out of the way of the leader, and I think he just couldn't hold it. Trying to make it safe for everyone else. And he ended up going around. We have a lot of crashing happening right now.
Oh, no.
Josh Howard is involved.
Ooh.
Oh, no. We got Dwayne Young, Robbie Brogan, Josh Howard, and Shane Haar.
Let's see. You can see a 4-pack right here already.
4-pack, 3 wide.
Let's take a look. You're going to slow it down. See Josh Howard in the back.
He's got a good line. He's trying to hold it coming onto the inside.
Yep, Dwayne Young is in this Audi that we're watching. I believe Robbie Brogan is this car behind. Yep. And then...
yeah, he's in the Ferrari. And it looks like goes to split them 3 wide as they're braking for the turn.
Oh, yeah, he threw her right in there.
And he gets right into Josh Howard. Josh Howard tries to hold on to it.
Yep, Josh
and that causes that ricochet. The Ferrari gets up into the Audi.
Yep.
Spinning the Audi around. And unfortunate for Josh Howard.
Ooh, Josh gets hit twice. Then the stack up happens.
Josh Howard nearly getting in. He does get into the hooligan. Causes the hooligan to spin out.
Shane Haar
The
now
hooligan lost his rear wing.
without a wing.
Gonna have to come in for repairs.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy feeling on that steering wheel when you don't have the rear wing, because you lose a lot of your rear downforce, and it's gonna feel like the back of that car is gonna want to step out from underneath you. As we've got more.
Another.
As we come live, we go right past another wreck. Let's take a look here. Looks like Justin Zemicki and Luke Bozell. Let's see if we can't. This is Justin. Looks to be by himself, so I'm not really sure if maybe he self-spun and someone got collected.
Oh, he gets in the grass right there.
Caught the grass. Sliding. You can see
Justin.
Nolan Gross.
Justin couldn't get around.
Nolan got around him. And Justin just kind of already committed to the bottom side of that track. Nowhere to go. T-bones into him.
Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate as we tune back to Josh Howard at a second misplacement on the race. This one doesn't seem to be any of his doing this time. He has unfortunately fallen back to 23rd, and he's on regroup plan part 2. Back up front, James Pierce, and absolutely, I don't even know the word. He's up 12, almost 13 seconds on Ty Smith in second place here in the Black Mercury.
And a lot of that comes down to crash avoidance. He was able to miss out what happened with Austin Hill, and I just think that he was able to predict where they were going to go, and that allowed him to get into a position to really accelerate this thing.
And I apologize to those at home if you're experiencing a little bit of stuttering. I'm, for some reason, dropping some frames, hoping that this will stabilize here soon. I don't seem to have any graphical errors on my side, but sometimes internet is just doing internet things. So apologies if it looks a little like it's a little bit choppy. Seems like it has stabilized out. So I'm not sure if something had happened on my side or not, but looks like we've cleared up now. So we should be good to go.
Ty Smith making that pass. Gets past last Monday. It's coming down into turn 1.
Ooh, we got someone
Dean Barron. Sir, you can't park there.
Dean Barron around and into the wall.
Trying to get back up into a good position. Trying not to get in the way of everyone else. Not seeing significant damage.
I was wondering
if
there
not going
was
to help him.
Some front end damage, but it doesn't seem to be that way now that he's rolling. It looked like that car wasn't wanting to steer. I want to cut over.
Looks like he's going to keep it out. We happen to see a Corvette coming off the track, getting back on the track in front.
Wanted to take a look here as we have Kyle Gabbard in 9th and Blake Bozell in 10th, both Lamborghinis. The only 2 Lamborghinis on our grid are running 9th and 10th right now. Hop back here to a Porsche of Dylan Harris. Another Coastline driver. A few drivers that are All right, I do apologize about that. We're back now. We're not sure exactly what just happened, but we lost all of our internet in my entire house. So it kicked the missus off of her game, and then it also kicked us out of this entire session. So we do apologize about that. Please allow Trading Paints to reload, because my entire PC just went down. But we're back. We should be good.
But again, to let you guys know, we are going through pit rotation right now, so a lot of people are changing positions as they are doing pit rotation.
Yes, so...
And our leader, James Pierce, comes into the pits. Yes. 18 seconds over Ty Smith. Can Ty Smith possibly gain the lead here? And no, he's going to also pull it into the pits as well. It does get the chance for Nolan. Nolan is also going to pull it into the pits as well as the rest of the leaders. That's going to leave potentially Brian Richardson. But he's also going to pull it in. What about Garrett? Does Garrett pull it in?
So the folks at home, you can see on the bottom the pit stop cycle. It's the first three initials of the last name of your driver on the bottom, and it will show how long they're there. I also have the pit lap and how long that they are in their pit stall for listed next to their name on the score tower, along with what lap they pit on and how long they were in pit road for. If you see the circle that says P, that means that they are in the pits right now, but they might not be in their pit stall.
James Pierce comes out after his rotation. Gets back out. Zooms the race. Stopped in, got a quick soda, grabbed a little ice cream.
Chicken on a stick.
Chicken on a stick.
Just want to take a look at, this is always fun to do during the pit rotation, is to see positions gained and lost. Here you can see William Cheney is up 17 spots. Right behind him, Dean Barron is up 15 spots. Bryson Richardson is up a position. Luke Bozell went down 4. David McCulloch is up 2. Here is their gap off of the leader.
And that what you got to figure out, right? So William Cheney and Dean Barron, they have not pit yet. And so you got to wonder, how much longer can their cars last? They're going to have to pit soon. Fuel is a concern. Tires are definitely a concern. As the rest of the leaders are starting to warm their tires up and get their traction back, they're going to be very hard to pass. There we go. William Cheney's going to pull it in. Dean Barron is also going to pull it in after recovering a lot of positions. James Pierce still out front. 22-second lead. Austin Wright off the track to let the leader by.
Look here of Garrett Hummel in the Porsche. Currently maintaining.
Harvey Horspool.
Oh, Harvey around.
Spun it out. He was able to maintain control.
Let's see what might have happened to Harvey here.
Looks like he just lost it.
The rear end of that
lost
car come out. He last pit on lap 20. He's currently on lap 21. I wonder if his tires weren't fully up to temperature. That could have caused it.
Yeah. That's one of the dangers about whenever you do a pit, because he got so used to running a certain line that when you get back out to it, you sit there and you're just like, all right, I know exactly where to brake, and then you realize, oh wait, the tires aren't warm yet. You gotta kind of relearn your driving line when you come out of pit.
Yep. And you'll see some of these drivers, I know Harvey will do it, and I know a few others will do it. When they get a decent straightaway on fresh, cool tires, you'll see them kind of do the big swerves up and down the straightaway. Yes, they're losing a little bit of top speed, but they're trying to get the heat in the tires. When you heat the rubber of that tires, it gives you that preferred grip that you need to get through these turns as efficiently as you can. And when them tires are cold, they're almost like a harder compound. So them tires have a lot less, or a lot less traction when they are cooled. That tire is a lot stiffer. Once they get warm, they get hot. They become more pliable. They actually grip the asphalt surface a lot harder. And it's a little bit more difficult for this car to want to come around. But on cold tires, these cars, it's almost like you're on a kind of a skating rink, as you can't run your full speed, your full fastest lap on a set of cold tires. And, you know, sometimes it might just simply slip the mind that I can't push this car as hard as I should be able to for, you know, maybe 2 or 3 laps until my tires get up to temperature. And you can see lingering in the background here is James Pierce.
We do have a black flag.
Ooh, on Austin Wright in the pits. I wonder if it was possibly a speeding in the pits call. He entered pits maybe a little bit too quick there.
Very possible. But with that, our entire roster has done a pit rotation.
Yep.
Cut the corner just a little bit on that. I think the race control is going to allow that one to continue. You got to be careful when you're cutting corners.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, you can only cut them so much before the flagman catches you do that. Sometimes it's not a happy camper and might show you the black flag, or possibly a slowdown penalty, or worse, could have to do drive-through. Showing that Austin Wright is now leaving the pits. Ty Smith out here running a fantastic race. I mean, hitting all of his marks. He hasn't gained, he hasn't lost, but he's got this this Mercury dialed right in. He's, you know, isn't really able to keep up with James Pierce, but no one else is able to keep up with him. He's currently running in that second place spot, and he's checked out from the rest, but he just doesn't have that Mercury on quite a rail as the Ferrari that's leading this. But I mean, he is running an amazing race for himself in the second place position. I mean, amazing points race to start the season with, nonetheless.
Shane Haar will not return.
As you can see, he's trying to do his best to work around the 62 here of Ty Carino. Ooh, his Ty
he gets up into the wall.
Into the wall. Ty overshoots the turn just to let the second place car get by. Now, some things, like you can see on this Mercury, on the door and on the hood, you can see their number of the 117 for Ty Smith. But if you look in the windshield, you'll see the number 2. That's for the fans, that's for us and the broadcasters, you at home, and it's for the driver in front of him to look in his mirror and say, that car is in second place. I should probably give him a little bit of room. As, whoa, heavy damage
Robbie
on
Brogan.
that Porsche.
Significant damage.
For Robbie Brogan.
He's missing half of a car.
Let's take a look at what happened here. Robbie and Josh
Looks like he's
Howard
battling
side
with
by
Josh
side.
Howard.
A little bit of a wheel rub there.
A little bit of a... Oh, and
Ooh.
Josh Howard shoves him out to the
Josh
side.
gives him a shove. Robbie goes around.
It's about
Ooh.
into the wall.
Hard into the barriers. That locks the rear of that car up. That is not a good look for that Ferrari.
No, it is not. You know, everyone says Ferraris look pretty good. Once you strip them down, man, they don't look that great.
Let's see if we can get another angle on this wreck and just try to diagnose what happened here. You can see both of these drivers running each other very hard, through that chicane there, and you can see Josh in that Porsche.
Trying to overtake it.
Yeah.
Robbie trying to defend his position.
Running side by side. It's like Josh just kind of coming
Comes
up.
over and lets him know, hey.
Meeting in the middle.
And just kind of takes the wind out of him. Forces him off the road.
Off the track, and that's where all hell breaks loose there. Is these cars don't like the grass. They don't really like the curbs. And that is where Robbie gets spun. I'm not sure who the car on the outside was, but that could have been...
It's that inside barrier just
clobbers it and rips the rear end
car
right off of that car.
Rips some of the exhaust out. Able to try and drive it away. Lets us know that the driver is okay. The car may be retired.
Needless to say, race control gave him a meatball, so he's going to be in the pits for a while, if not indefinitely out of this race.
Hate to see it.
Bryson Richardson here.
Sitting there trying to defend his position for P6.
Yep.
Give him Cola right there. They're fighting. Trying to find out who's going to make the mistake first.
Yeah, and I believe that is Les Monday in front of them, giving them drivers plenty of room as he is the lapper car. And like we were seeing, you can see that Bryson has the number 5 in his windshield. David has the number 6, showing the position in the windshield of where these cars are at in retrospect to the leader.
Driver doing circles on the grass.
Ooh, and
for your victory.
As we cut away, it showed that David McCulloch that we were just watching may have crashed here. McCulloch, possible trouble into turn 1. Brakes here. Into 1. Ooh,
it hits that bumper
curb,
really hard.
Upset that car.
I believe it's actually called a bunker.
A bunker?
Not necessarily a bumper.
Interesting. Okay.
Sometimes they're called curbs. But yeah, unfortunately, picked that car up off the ground, not able to maintain traction. Traction requires all 4 tires to be on the ground.
Right. But yes, you can see that that Mustang got heavily upset, getting thrown up into the air like that, and now David's got some work to do in the next 19 minutes to try to find his way back up to the front.
Robbie Brogan's team desperately trying to repair that car. Not out of this race yet. They're trying to find the parts. They're trying to figure out, what do we do? Like, all the clips are gone. They're sitting in the field somewhere.
Appreciate
nice little sign that says
the note on the roof. I just noticed that.
Yeah.
I was, I guess, hoping that would have been noticed under better circumstances than his crew beating that car with a sledgehammer, but very unfortunate for the driver of that Ferrari, but I do appreciate the shout out. Taking a look at Dawson Price. He's our only BMW on the grid, trying to maintain the lead lap here as James Pierce is rapidly approaching.
And it's one of those things that does happen. That was nearly off the track. One of the things that does happen that it's just unfortunate. It does kill your morale when you do get lapped, right? But the important thing is just keep your head forward, keep it straight. Like, don't worry about it, keep going.
Yep.
Because as long as you place well, you'll still get points that help you for the championship.
Oh yeah, yep. Is the driver in that Ashton? Again, the only Ashton on the track here. Oh, Dwayne Young going around real hard there.
Oh man, I hope Dwayne's all right.
Not really sure what. I don't think there was any contact. He might have just lost it there.
He could have sucked the air out of him.
Yeah, it looked like Dwayne.
But yeah, no, he just took that corner too aggressive. Spins it out.
Looks like he was just trying to maintain his position and was just a little too heavy on it. You can see he is sliding
able to keep it away from the wall.
Through the grass. Looks like no harm, no foul. Just lost a position. Hate to see that, but glad he is able to recover and get that car back on the track without further incident. Like we were saying, Devin McIntosh here in the 974. That Aston Martin looking pretty good. Currently in 6th.
Looking good. Defending himself against Caro Cantonis.
I'll show the folks at home just all the manufacturers and where they are at. This race is being led by a Ferrari, then a Mercedes, then a Corvette, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Audi, Lamborghini, Ford, and Porsche make up your top 10. And you've got a Lamborghini, Porsche, BMW, Ford, Corvette, Mercedes, Corvette are your top 20.
Another thing you got to worry about as it's starting to get a little bit darker out here and that sun is not hitting that track anymore. The track is going to start to drop in temperature, which is going to change how you attack corners because you're going to have more grip in a colder track. Tires stay hot, they like to grip the things that are cold. And so as this track starts to cool down, the grip will go up, and it does change when you actually brake and when you actually do all of your corner entries. So, thing to keep an eye on as the sun is setting down here at IMS.
And we've got about 15 minutes left of this race. Makes you wonder, well, you can already see the headlights are on, but are the headlights going to be needed? You also got to think how the sunset might affect these drivers more than just the track time, but there's got to be a spot on this track where that sun is directly in their eyes.
I believe that's why they have visors.
Yes.
But it is something to worry about when you sit there. That plexiglass, when it gets dirty, will refract a lot of light. And so you could end up seeing a lot of lines and images, things that you think is there and there's nothing there. Or you just straight up just can't see the car in front of you.
Yeah, yep. Your windshield, or I guess as they say traditionally, your windscreen is totally plugged up, and if you don't have a tear-off left, you're just kind of dealing with whatever you run through, whether that's possibly some oils coming off a car, a little debris from rubbers, bugs, insects, birds, dirt, grit, grime, whatever you pick up. There's a lot of stuff that can land on that windshield. Then you get a big glare of the sun across that. Makes it very difficult for these drivers to see. Now, they do have a windshield wiper, but that only works to a little bit of an extent, and a lot of them have them unhooked for races that don't have precipitation. Which is kind of another factor that we got to talk here, is that I know a lot of people at home that are currently watching are used to us calling asphalt oval races, and well, these guys get to play in the rain as the asphalt ovals do not.
Garrett Harmo
looks like
Looked like he kind of spun it around.
some 908 of Dwayne Young right there behind him. Possibly some contact.
Are we dealing with did a lapper do something? Lapper didn't give up the position. Caused him to spin around.
Dwayne looked like he held his lane okay, but just due to that car being in 10th and Dwayne being back in 21st, Dwayne, I guess, could have sat back, but don't know if he was necessarily required to.
Looks like William Cheney also had a little bit of a hiccup.
Let's take a look here. Driver currently running the 17 in 17th place. Let's see what happened to this Corvette. Which has to be a little bit nerving when the second place car is right behind you, and that quite possibly
spin around.
Could have been the issue. As you can see, Ty Smith made some wise decisions, got around that, did not get himself involved in that big, and, well, he kept his nose clean. We now have a battle for 10th between Blake Bozell and Garrett Hummel.
A little bit of contact there. And Blake Bozell and James Pierce trying to find his way around. Garrett does go out wide to let James Pierce by, as James Pierce is dealing with lappers trying to get through. Drivers desperately don't want to lose their position. Justin showing us that he had an incident that just happened. Back it up here just a little bit, just to take a look. Oh, and he definitely was off track for a little bit there. Looks like he kind of lost it, trying to grab that corner and just lost the traction out from behind him. Spins her out, but able to keep it live, keep it straight. Back on the track.
Moving back up front, James Pierce, 42nd lead over second place. I don't know if he has made a single mistake this race. He has picked apart lap traffic. He has had a little bit of luck, and he has run just an absolutely flawless race in this Ferrari. And is just absolutely gapping the field and hoping he can hold on to that for another 10 or so more minutes. And we might be handing the check over to our inaugural winner.
Well, obviously after we have our cut, though.
Well, yes, after we take our percentage of it.
Yep, yeah, as long as we take our percentage out of it, then they can have the check.
Yep. And it looks like William Cheney may have went around again here. Let's take a look and see what happened to this Corvette. It showed that he may have crashed. Now, Metal, on my side, I changed this after I sent you the overlay, but I have the threshold for crash turned down to 10 instead of 20.
Ah, I did not know that. Let me set that up as well. But that is considered a wreck. He did spin it.
He did, yes. Harvey Horspool, able to, I would say, recover pretty well. He's actually back up 4 positions from where he started at. Now, remember, he was in that little incident where he lost the car, but he's recovered. He's up to 15th place. He started in 19th place, so I guess a net positive, if you want to call it that. So he is slowly recovering from what was bad, now is a little bit better, and the next position in front of him is Josh Howard, who is again trying to work his way back through the field here in this Porsche. making his way back up. He is down 6 spots. He did start pretty far forward, but we've also saw he was involved in, I think, at least 2 little incidents. So hopefully able to keep this going in the right direction. Maybe pick off a couple more spots before the race wraps up here in about 7 minutes.
David McCall trying to cover. Did lose a couple positions, but has been coming back. Overall, he's up 1 position from where he started. So, fantastic race coming from David McCall. And I'm not saying that because he signs my checks.
This is true honesty. We're calling this honestly, not because it's the paycheck hander outer man.
Yeah.
I'll take a shameless plug and discuss how pretty that car is. Because I made it. But very nice looking car. To be totally truthful, he designed the whole car. And then he asked if I could spec map it for him. So in order to do that, I had to take his files and make them my files. So I just kind of redesigned the car for him. Did the spec mapping.
So then it's your work.
Oh, it's 100% my work,
yeah.
But he had it built before me. I just made it a little bit more pretty. Cleaned it up a bit, if you will. But
back into pit lane.
Driver.
Or after the pit, Robbie was able, they did find a rear end.
Wow.
He was able to put that car back together. And he's able to finish up the race, which, that's always preferred, to finish a race versus a DNF, And so good job on his crew to get that car back together, allow him back out on the track.
Yes, salvage.
Dwayne Young is still in the pits, getting some repairs done.
Yep. So Robbie trying to salvage some points if he can get. Let's see.
8 more laps. Gain a position.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
I don't know why I said 8 more laps.
4 more
he
laps.
Needs 4 more laps.
Yeah, four more laps, and he will be able to overtake Dwayne Young. As we can see, Dwayne is currently in the pits. Not sure the extent of the damages on that car, but if Robbie is able to complete 4 laps before Dwayne's crew allows him to leave that pit stall, Robbie will move
or the
into
race
that
ends.
23rd. Yeah, or the race ends. Robbie will be able to move into that.
So that is a good job of his pit team, able to get that car back out there. So back up front, looks like James Pierce, 44 seconds in the lead. Does he have what it takes to keep it clean for another 5 minutes? Ty Smith looking like he might have a podium in P2 as long as he can hold off Nolan. Nolan looks like he's been slowly creeping up there, only 11.5 seconds behind P2.
Which, for those tuning in watching asphalt, if you saw someone with an 11-second lead, that is an astronomical amount of time on an asphalt oval. But you have to remember that, with the lefts and the rights, and obviously we're in a bunch of tire fall off, a lot of these drivers pit right around lap 20, and they're now coming into almost lap 40, so if one of these cars goes around, you can make up 11 seconds just because the guy's out in the grass and has to collect him, get the wreck ended, collect himself, and get that car safely back on the track without making things worse. So 11.
Then the call that you have to make is, do you actually start coasting the car a lot more to conserve fuel, or do you continue to keep sending it with 3 minutes left of the race?
Right, yeah. We have 3 minutes left, which, you bring up a very good point, is how are these drivers on fuel? As we saw, they all pit right around lap 20, and, the leader here, James Pierce, he is now closing in on lap 40. So can these cars, is the maximum amount that these cars can handle, is that only 20 laps? Or can he squeeze out, 3 more minutes, which is about 2 more laps, roughly.
The sun is coming back up. The planet has changed its rotation as we see Ty Carino losing control of his car.
Let's take a look and see what happened to Ty here. kind of down the straight into that final chicane before the front stretch.
It's up here.
Oh,
Gets
just
into
got
the
up
grass.
into the grass.
Spins
Yep.
around. It's okay to be in the grass when you're at full speed, but when you're trying to brake, that's not the time to be in the grass.
Yes. Yep. I'm wondering if maybe
James
we
Pierce
had
continuing to dominate.
had some clouds blocking the sun, possibly. Maybe a localized
It could
storm
have been.
cloud? I'm not sure. Now that you mentioned that it seems like the sun come back up, we're back into golden hour, but it felt like, I remember seeing some headlights were on.
Yeah. It probably is very thick cloud cover.
It very well could be.
As we're coming in with just over a minute left of this race. The question that I have, can Robbie Bogan get full board position? Dwayne Young still stuck in the pits. James Pierce continuing to dominate, controlling. Ty Smith securely hanging out in P2. Nolan Gross hanging out E3.
Yeah, currently how
1
it
minute
sits.
left.
How it sits in the final minute of this race, we've got a Ferrari, a Mercedes, and a Corvette sitting 1, 2, 3.
Today's race is an indication of anything of this season. James Pierce may be the individual to beat all season. And this is going to be fantastic for him because first race of the season, brand new league, and you're coming out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just on top in a dominating fashion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's not...
No power bottom here.
Yes, he's not just winning. He has lapped up to 10th place, and he has a near 50-second lead on second place. So he's flashing his headlights, assuming with some excitement there, knowing his position, knowing that he's got a heck of a gap, knowing that the time has run out on this race as he is coming down the front stretch, flashing the headlights for the fans, giving them the big swerves, and James Pierce is going to pick up the inaugural win for Summit GT Racing Series here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Boy, does he look excited. I'm excited for the interview here for Ferrari Racing. Number 212 of James Pierce.
Just to let you know, Robbie Brogan got his position.
Wow, by
at
one
the last minute.
by 1/10 of a lap, he was able to get around Dwayne Young for 23rd
That he
position.
Was for 23rd. That was a hard fight position.
So with any hope here,
James Pierce trying to finish up with his cooldown. Might be able to radio in as he is taking his time coming around the track. Way to go, James. Absolutely dominant race.
we are going to try to interview the podium here. We are keeping the cameras on our winner as he is in his cooldown / victory lap. Showing the fans what they want to see. I believe he's going to sell a lot of t-shirts after this one.
At least some beer koozies.
Yeah, and that, I mean, it is a sharp-looking car. That's going to be pretty easy to merchandise.
Oh, absolutely.
We see some victory spinnies. So you can burn it down. How does the 212 celebrate? Just parks it at the yard of bricks. All
possibly waiting for everyone to go by.
We are going to grab Nolan here, our third place finisher, and do some interviews. Nolan, it's Fred and Metal up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Might have some difficulties with the communication.
Could possibly be. We will move him back down to his team.
Yeah, podium.
Oh, hey, there we go. We got
there
you.
we go. There he is. Nolan.
Had to plug the radio
I got
back
a podium,
in.
dude.
You got a
hold
podium,
on. I am
man.
running Discord on my phone. Give me 5 seconds so I can put you all on speaker. Hold on.
Yeah.
If I could figure out where the button was, that'd be great.
Well, it's understandable. You are in a race car.
There it is.
There it is. Nolan. It is Metal and Fred up into the booth. You got a podium. Third place for the first race of this new league. How you feeling?
I feel freaking amazing considering that I only got about 3 minutes of practice because my computer kept freezing.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's great. Sometimes you don't need practice.
I did run a little bit of a practice yesterday with Justin, but it was the entirety of practice today was literally me freaking out over why the hell isn't my computer working.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that was a hell of a race. That was a hell of a race. It was fun watching you from up here in the booth. I mean, good job, man. Third place in event. Not bad when you were going up against some of the greats out here.
Yeah, I feel great. I can't. Honestly, very first race of the season, you can't complain. I don't know where we're racing next week, but I'm already ready for it. Can't wait to see what it brings.
Next week,
I really gotta
be Road Atlanta.
I hope you're ready. Road Atlanta.
Okay, I guess I have to put a posted session tonight.
No downtime. Get into that sim.
I really got to thank Paul Davis Fest Racing in West Michigan, Geezer Authentics, Alto Automotive. They're some of my sponsors in real life, so it's really fun to be able to put them on a podium here, even in the sim.
Yeah, that's awesome. Having a great support system is great to give them a shout out when you're sitting on the podium. And we're looking forward to some more interviews for you. Maybe you'll grow a couple more positions on the podium.
Maybe I feel really bad for I think Luke Bozell. I feel really bad that one of my teammates spun as a lap car and he got T-boned. T-boned him. We're having a pretty good battle there. I was ready to be sweating that whole night. So
let me tell you first.
I out on track, but I feel like that could have been a pretty good battle there. I saw him catching me at the end. So
yeah, but let me tell you, Luke Bozell, he did fine. He got P4, so for your team, looking pretty good for you guys.
Yeah,
it was
looking pretty good. Yep.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you get back into the garage. I appreciate you taking some time up here in the booth.
Yeah, we'll send you back down to the... Oh, I wanted to ask, how do you pronounce your last name before I send you back down there?
Gross, Gross.
Gross.
Oh,
okay.
so it is gross. Okay. I've seen it so many times pronounced as Gross, so...
Yep.
No,
gross.
it is
okay.
German, because when my family immigrated to the U.S., there's a weird letter in German where it produces a double S sound, and English doesn't have it, so...
All right. Well, we'll send you back down
literally
to the Gross Family Motorsports team chat. You can go celebrate the third place finish, and, well, you're sitting comfortably third in points after the first event, so congrats on that, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right, and that was Nolan Gross. Next up, we got Ty Smith here. We are going to move him into the booth. All right, Ty, it's Fred and Metal up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, man, a great run. Had that Mercury tuned right up. couldn't seem to really close the gap on the leader, but no one else was able to catch that mark.
No, same thing as last one. But I could tell from qualifying and practice, I wasn't even going to be putting up anything against James. He 24 to my 25. That's a whole second, man. But yeah, once I was kind of glad we were able to break away in lap 1 and get out of all that mayhem and just kind of do our own thing.
Yeah, we were talking on the broadcast of lap 1, turn 1. You know, you have the big long straightaway here at IMS into an immediate 90-degree right-hander. And somehow there wasn't really a pileup in turn 1. It instilled afterwards, but not right at turn 1, which always makes me nervous for you guys out front of, you know, that car that could be 10th place or back further, just saying, I'm not going to touch that that left side pedal. I'm just going to drive through everyone and try to make a move right here, right now. And fortunately, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you're like, I don't want to be looking in my mirrors because I need to hit my braking zone. But you also, you know, you need to be looking in your mirrors to make sure that you don't become someone's braking zone.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing worse than being someone else's brake. So how obviously the car handled amazing all night. You had that thing just up on a rail. How did it feel in the cockpit? Were you obviously confident, but did it feel good for you all night?
I had a few incidents where I think I was just getting a little overzealous with the tires after I came out of pits, trying to, you know, just make sure that I kept that 10-second gap to the guy who was behind me, third place. That's every time he got close, I would put down a little bit more time. And then once he was above my gap that I wanted, I'd, you know, ease up, save my tires a little bit. So I think that helped me keep my times pretty consistent, is I wasn't just hammering it the whole time. I was trying to save my tires. Because I don't switch tires during the pit stop. I just run one set.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we were kind of talking about tire fall off out there. I wasn't really sure, you know, how much tire fall off you have in an hour-long race at IMS. But yeah, we were talking.
I'd say I lost about a second.
Okay.
Overall.
All right. How are you looking at fuel at the end there?
Fuel, I use auto fuel, and so I was pretty good. I had about 1 or 2 laps left, so it's never failed me. You just got to make sure you don't press it too early, because then it'll queue up on the wrong amount of fuel. That's one thing people will do. They'll hit it at the start of the race or start of the lap rather than right before they enter pits.
Okay,
that's usually what gets people.
Yeah.
Well, next week we're at Road Atlanta. How you feeling about Road?
Ooh.
Oh, I love Road Atlanta. I think I got my record's a 117. So.
All right.
Yeah, assuming the first few laps go good, we might be having another one of these interviews with you, is what you're saying?
Oh, I hope this happens every time, you know?
This would be nice. This would be nice. We'll get to know each other.
Sounds good. Well, started in P2, finished in P2, been very consistent out there. It was some fun driving. Enjoyed watching it from up here, and I can't wait to see what you put down at Road Atlanta next week.
Awesome. Can't wait to be back.
Anyone you want to shout out or thank before we move you back up to the paddock?
Honestly, not this time. I was kind of racing my own race, you know. Like I didn't really get to meet anyone, you know.
Right.
He's a lone wolf, Fred. He's a lone wolf.
Well, thank you guys for hosting this again. It's awesome. I get to have some fun on a Monday night after work, you know.
Yep.
Get to end the day good.
Yep.
So thank you.
I'll put some words in your mouth and just thank everyone third place and back for not wiping you out on the first lap.
Yes.
I guess I'll say that. All of the slow guys, honestly, they were driving amazing. They weren't holding anyone up, at least not me. They always got out of the way perfectly. So
Nice. That's good. That's
always good to see.
Yep.
Always good to see.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right, well, we'll get you back down to your garage and let you continue on that party. Don't party too hard.
I won't.
All right, we'll be seeing you next week.
See you guys later.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, and that was Ty Smith, who finished second place, and now James Pierce. Let's move him in. James, it's Fred and Metal up in the booth. Congratulations. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Forgot to turn the fan on, so a little hot, but
a little warm.
A little warm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we watched you throw around that Ferrari like it was your daily driver, and just watching an absolute killer maintained consistent laps the entire time. How did you do it?
Just drove to the drove kind of under the limit of it and just kind of sat on it. Kind of was really focusing this last couple months has been especially with majors coming up. Prep is to not overdrive the car. Especially with these GT3s, is once you build tire temp, really hard to take it out. So you don't want to overheat them. So kind of drove under the limit of adhesion, but as close as possible to it, and it seemed to work really well, especially at Indianapolis where it's a lot of sweeping corners. So being on the limit of grip and the maintaining as much slip angle as you can without overheating the tires was really kind of the strategy there, and not having to take tires was kind of key because, you know, if you're really burning them up, you'll have to take them, and there wasn't really any need to.
Yeah, and that's one
There
thing.
was a couple of. Oh, go ahead, Fred.
There's one thing we were talking about during the broadcast, actually, was tire temperature and how important it is in these cars. As we had a few drivers after that pit stop come out and try to hit their marks as if they had, you know, heat in their tires, and they unfortunately went around. And we were kind of explaining to the folks at home a little bit of that slip angle, tire temperature, not overheating, not running as hard as you absolutely can on cold tires, and giving them, you know, 2 or 3 laps to actually get up to temperature before, you know, giving that car all the beans.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's especially on the out laps. So you got to make sure that you bring the tires up to temp in the appropriate way. Otherwise, you do lose time, because that's the thing is, if you overdrive the car, you carry that burden for quite a few laps. I mean, 5,
Right.
10. You could even carry it the whole stint. So if you overheat them and kind of treat them poor for a bit, you're carrying consequences of lap time the entire stint. So making sure you're as close to that maximum grip angle as you can without overstepping is such a key piece in that, and I think I did that really well tonight.
Yeah,
no.
no, absolutely.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted, it's like you when you were coming up on the lappers for the first time, it looked like it got a little scary out in front of you. How did it feel for you when you were coming up on the lappers?
For the most part, they kind of dove out of the way. It wasn't really too scary with them. A couple of them, did the normal thing where you expect to, get a by on the straights or get close up in the corners and do the appropriate thing. But quite a few kind of dove out of the way, so it wasn't too hairy. But the ones that raced well, they drove their line, and they didn't really give me any surprises, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, as always, it's always going to be a little guessing game when you come up to people, but everyone would behave themselves pretty well, and everyone was pretty respectful in the space they gave, so wasn't really any worries with that. Didn't come off with any contacts.
Nice. And
Well,
how are you feeling headed into next week at Road Atlanta? You ever ran there? You feel confident?
Pretty confident. Funny enough, the other 2 league races I've run in the last 2 months, or the other 3 we've had 3 instances at Road Atlanta, so feel pretty confident in that car there. I haven't driven GT3 there in a long time though, but it's been mostly GTPs. But pretty comfortable there. It's not too hard. It's really just hit your marks and be comfortable, and make sure you're managing your throttle. And the same thing is, don't overdrive the tires, because there's especially easy to do it. Especially in Sector 2. That's a great place to burn those tires up. And after that, you're fighting that hill that you've built yourself. So
Yeah.
other than that, I think it's a great track. I love it. It's a flowy track, really great last sector as well. It really rewards being accurate and being able to balance the car in the left to rights and maintaining your slip angle. So I really enjoy that track, and I'm looking forward.
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
Well, I look forward to watching you race next week at Road Atlanta. So
We both want to congratulate you on the inaugural win of the Summit GT Racing Series here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we want you to go celebrate with the team and everyone at home. Is there anyone you want to shout out or give thanks to, or anything like that?
Shout out to 212. 212 Racing is a great organization that I've been a part of for 3 years now. Some really great drivers, really good community, but we've been quick, we've been pushing. Majors 24 win, we've got a couple wins under our belt, and we've done really well to manifest talent and experience in there. So I want to thank them. Parks, who's kind of the pseudo leader, not the owner, but he's become basically the team manager for us. He's my teammate in most of my races, so I want to thank him for giving me some opportunities and also teaching me some stuff. And shout out to Paul Studios, they enabled us, they pay for everything we do. So give big shout out to them, and shout out to my girlfriend, who's probably definitely watching this. So
All right. Awesome.
shout out to her for putting up with my stupidity.
All
And
right.
my
Yeah,
obsession with turning left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'll apologize to her for the little bit of like a 5 minute down. My entire internet, my whole house went out for like 5 minutes. I've never had that happen during a broadcast, and well, what a better time for it to be than tonight, right?
Hey, it's the best time. It gives her a breather from having to look at so many numbers on the screen. She's
Right,
stressed
right.
out, so
Yeah.
I don't blame. I don't blame you guys. You gave her a little
Yeah.
break, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty,
Well,
well-
congrats, brother. Hopefully, we'll be interviewing you again next week here at Road Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for the broadcast. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
thank
for
you to
sure,
league
for
owners.
sure.
You guys have a good one.
You as
Yeah,
well.
you do.
All right. Sent him back, and well, from
I
myself.
want to do.
What's that?
I want to do one more interview. I'd like to get to talk to someone he had a rough race today, but I'd like to see if we get a chance. Maybe we can call down Josh Howard, see if we can get an interview out of him real quick.
Let's see if he's willing to shine some light. Maybe we can do this. Let's grab Josh. Josh, it's Fred and Metal up in the booth. You got a copy on us?
Whoa, I was not expecting to be in here. What up?
We figured so.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
We saw.
No, we just
we saw
we,
a little,
we
little
wanted to-
spice happening
yeah.
out
Yeah.
on the track. We were just wondering, kind of, I guess from your point of view, what was going on back there?
Which time?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point there.
Oh, we were talking about when you were trying to maintain 10th place. And
That
I believe
Robbie
it was,
Brogan?
Yes, with Robbie Brogan. Yeah.
Well, he's in my blind spot, and he had a whole car length outside of him, so I didn't know that he was in the middle of the track. And I was kind of going straight, but yeah, he hit my if you look at my wheel, he hit my my right rear, and it turned my car sideways, and then it like bumped into him and launched him.
Oh yeah.
Oh
At
yeah,
least.
that will do it. So, but no, we were watching you all race, and like you were doing pretty well, and then it had a little bit of a miss up, and then you started to gain some positions back, and then it was just kind of was difficult. And so, what I'm curious about is what are you going to take from this race here as we go to Road Atlanta next week?
Well, I mean, I feel like everything I kind of did was fine, except for the only one that I kind of felt bad about was on lap 2, Devin McIntosh. He was outside, and I thought I was going to be able to get a run, but then I wasn't, and then I braked, but it's like cold tires, and I was on the inside, and I broke at the 300, and that's where I normally brake, and it would have been fine if it wasn't cold tires, but it's literally, tires are just cold, and just kind of locked up and went like halfway through the corner, and I don't know if he saw me there or not, but he just turned right in. But I definitely didn't brake in time there. If I would have ended up ahead, I would have let him pass. But because in a situation like that, like I definitely messed up. So but I mean, I got spun out anyway, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah, no, we were watching it. They were going like 3 wide in front of you. Looked like you
Oh,
were kind of
dude,
backing
that
off.
one was nuts.
And you were kind of like, you backed off a little bit, right? And then you saw them, they filed up, and then you saw it looked like you had an opportunity to sneak in there, and then they just kind of drifted up and took you with them on the outside.
Yeah, that one was a little crazy. That one, I mean, I immediately, thankfully, I was right there at the pits, and there was enough to be able to make the rest of the race. But there was they were all fighting, and like the 2 front cars were coming out of the corner. They bumped into each other, and they were coming really slow, right? And so the car in front of me was cutting underneath, and I was like, oh, okay, if I just follow him, they won't have room to cut down into me. And then I think the car in the middle just did a late break kind of lunge thing. And then I was sitting on the apex of the corner, and he just turned into me. And then he bounces off of me, hits the car wide, and then that car wide just loops around and kind of caught me. But yeah, my steering wheel was a little sideways after that. But thankfully, the pit was right there. And then there was that Hoonigan Mercedes that lost his spoiler, and I was like, ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Good thing
Yeah,
we're right
Shane
near the
Hart.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Could be worse.
All right. Well, what would be excited to see you next week at Road Atlanta. Hopefully you
Hopefully a
have
little better fortune.
strong race again.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more fortune.
That's racing.
Maybe lay off of the hookers and blow a little bit before we get going. But,
I do think that I'm kind of actually. If you guys watch the, I thought I got 12th, but I ended up getting 13th. If you guys watch the start finish of me crossing the finish line, it's got to be 1,000th of a second between me and Garrett. He kind of messed up coming out of the last corner, and I got a run on him, and I thought I was going to be able to get him, but I didn't. But no, thank you. Thanks for broadcasting, guys. I actually was listening while we were racing, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you want to know, it was 10,000th of a second. So very close.
10,000.
Very close.
Yeah. Well,
10,000.
so I wish I had there should be a camera selection in iRacing where you can just look straight down at the start finish line. I guess I could do the whole editing the camera or whatever. I don't even remember how to do that though.
Yeah.
But,
No, it
to
was
look down
close.
at it.
It was definitely
It was super close. Yeah. I thought I had him. I was like, dude, I for sure got this. Then I went back and I was like, wait, what? But yeah, he was a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah. So. All right. Well,
All
we
right.
appreciate the hard racing out there, and we'll see you next week at Road Atlanta.
Great. GG's, guys.
All right. We actually do have one more interview to grab.
All right.
This one I feel is slightly important. David, is Fred and Metal up in the booth? You got a copy on us.
How's it going, fellas?
Well, we're doing
How
all right.
you doing?
We're doing all
Yeah,
right.
it was a hell of a race to watch.
Dude,
we tried not to give
that
you
was
too
a blast.
much attention.
That was a blast, man, and I screwed up my own race. I will own that one, but
Yeah,
what a blast! What a turnout, man.
on the broadcast, it was really cool. I mean, you guys are in Indiana, nowhere near Florida, but you were trying to put a Mustang in space, and that was cool to see.
That it was.
Yeah,
You took that.
I mean, I gave it my valiant effort.
You took that bumper / bunker, pretty rough there, and I did happen to make a comment. But in order to maintain traction, you got to keep all 4 of the tires down. Two doesn't
Well,
quite
see,
do
I
it.
was trying to find the shortest way around. I wasn't thinking about when I left the racing surface that I wouldn't have any traction. It just didn't work out the way I envisioned it. Okay.
Let's be honest.
yeah.
I'm just impressed you didn't run this the speedway.
I thought about doing it on the last lap.
Just run the big oval or rectangle.
Yeah, see if I
rectangle.
could get around Devin on that last lap.
Yeah, something I was noting that I thought was pretty cool was you are the league owner, right? You're the main admin, and it is kind of neat to see an actual owner racing out with the boys, and just kind of want to get your take on what led you down this path. Why not just sit back and comfy and watch everyone else do the work?
I'm just not built that way, man. If I got something going on, I'm going to be right down in the nitty gritty of it. And, as you both know, I run a lot of oval leagues, and sports car racing or formula racing, either or, just road course racing in general, is way more in my wheelhouse. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and finally just decided to pull the trigger. But I had no idea that it was going to take off this fast with this many quality drivers. I'm blown away and honored to have all these guys in here with me. So I'm having a blast with it so far.
Yeah, and
Next.
from our
Go
point
ahead,
of view up in the booth, from kind of the outside looking in, you kind of nailed it with the quality of drivers, at least after the practices that I've seen and the obviously here of the inaugural race. Not a whole lot of, or at least from what we could see, is not a whole lot of drama moving into next week. It didn't seem like anyone was too hyper aggressive. We were all joking about turn 1, lap 1, and that didn't happen. Maybe turn 2 or 3. I think Shane Haar got turned, but that's kind of inevitable. It's bound to happen anywhere. I mean, look what happened in real life over in Monza this week, but.
Right.
It's it's inevitable, but I don't think you got any guys, hopefully not any guys fighting or anything like that you see with a lot of leagues, both, GT style with road racing or with oval. It seems like it was a
We
pretty
got some guys leaning on each other in Discord right now, but they're just having a stern conversation. Nobody's completely losing their mind about anything, but
right.
it's,
one of
this
them
was the
would
first race, so
one of them wouldn't be Robbie, would it?
no.
No, okay.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of what's the kerfuffle on the track there with a few drivers and some stuff happened, but at the end of the day that's racing, whether it's the right call, the wrong call, mistake or intentional, it's racing. And hopefully they're able to work out some differences, and hopefully none of this carries over to Road Atlanta next week, but it seems like
I don't think it will. I think that this was the first real outing for us, right? We've had some
Right.
practice races and we've done some things, but guys are still getting a feel for the guys that they're racing with. Because
Yep.
I know almost everybody in here, but not everybody in here has raced against one another. So, there's a little bit of a learning curve there. And but for the first outing, for the quality of racing we just had, I don't think anybody could have asked for any better.
No, this was fantastic. I mean, you had James Pierce win it in pretty dominant form. He was, nailing his marks every single lap, and I hope anyone that got behind him was able to kind of take some notes from him, because he seems like he's going to be a contender this entire season. Same with
Wicked
Ty
fast.
Smith. We talked to Nolan. He said he has about 3 minutes of practice on this track, and he's able to put it on the podium. So there's just some natural talent there, and just going back with Luke Bozell, Bryson Richardson, Carl Cantonis, all these guys coming back through the pack down to, yourself and even further. I mean, there's a lot of names in here that I recognize of just known road course drivers, and they're all kind of just consolidating into one league, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. And we keep hitting on it, but I'm not going to stop saying it. Like the quality that we have in here, I'm proud of this group, and like I said, honored to have each and every one of them.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'm also really excited that you allowed me to come up here and sit inside the closet with Fred and call this race for your guys' league. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, I added some more experience for you guys. So,
dude, we are ecstatic that both of you guys are in here. And Fred was telling me that you were coming into the booth, and I was like, hell yes, looking forward to it. And it's gonna be an awesome season. You guys calling the races and the quality of people we have.
Yeah.
Again, I couldn't be happy with what we have going right now.
Dave was so excited he banned you from the league.
yeah, he was so excited he banned me. Yeah.
Dude, I was like, who is this guy?
Who is this dude?
For anybody listening, that just did happen about an hour before the race started.
before we went live.
I saw a name in the iRacing League, and I was like, who the hell is this? And I went ahead and kicked him. And then in conversation with Fred and Metal, I finally figured out that, oh, shit, that was Metal. I need to put him back in there.
Yeah. No. Like, I typically do open wheel racing and stuff like that. And so, like, I've done a little bit of oval and stuff like that. But, like, yeah, so I was sitting there and I was just like, well, this is who I am. But like me and Fred, we go back for a while now, and he's just gotten so used to calling me Metal that I just refer to myself as Metal while I'm racing. And then it doesn't really dawn on me when, like we'll do it when we're doing our races and stuff. And you'll be like, who's that? Kester Grant guy. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's Metal. Like, I even forget sometimes that that's who I am. So.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Well, I think I know myself and Metal, and I'm assuming you, Dave, we're all looking forward to Road Atlanta. That's a track I've never been to. I don't even own it yet, so this will be exciting. We'll get to see
it. It's a fun track,
It is a fun
Look
track.
forward to the next one for sure. Maybe I can keep all four on the ground this time.
Yeah, maybe.
It makes for a good show, So, all right.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you get back to your garage, let you continue to party out there, and we'll see you next week, Road Atlanta.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. We'll see you later. And that's going to do it for myself and Metal. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next Monday at Road Atlanta. Or if you're just a fan of the channel, we'll catch you tomorrow for Weeknight Warrior Sim Series at Daytona. And then next week, we have Road Atlanta here for Summit GT. And Superstar ARCA Series East will be at Daytona. All of our leagues are kicking off between this week and next week. And it's going to be a good time. We got a lot of racing ahead. And we're just seeing everything get born here. And again, congrats to Nolan, Ty, and James for the podium. Thank you, Dave, for inviting us up in the booth. And thank you, Metal, for hanging out and making this night one to remember.
Oh, absolutely. Can't wait for next week.
Yeah, for sure. So on behalf of myself, Metal, and Frozen Apex TV, we hope you all have a great, safe week, and we will see you all next Monday.